Hey Mikey, so this is what we got going on here. This is a piece of black walnut. When turned into shape, it will look kind of like that. So it'll have like black and white and brown throughout it. So that's a kind of a black walnut piece right there. Uh, this is silver maple. That's pretty popular. People like that. So I don't know what it's going to complement with depending on what antler you pick. I cut this off of a big like 8-point tine. What I can do is level this piece off on the end right here and put the brush on it, and then you'd be able to have like a little handle here with the knob on it and everything, and just use that. Or I can cut it above this, and then you just have the knob and the brush, and you'd have all these little these things. Or if you prefer, I can put it onto something like this, turn it, and it would I with antler, I can't guarantee anything what it will look like once I start turning, because if you look here, once you look in there, you see that antler is actually hair. It's keratin. It's not a bone. So this marrow looking stuff, I drill a hole through it, and once you get into, see how this is a small piece and it's darker on the edges and it's lighter on the edges here, I have to actually start stabilizing here once I start turning this, and that starts changing things, changing the color. Um, it'll turn weird colors, not weird, but it'll just look a little different, and it actually looks really cool. It's just a matter of what you want it to look like. I can't guarantee what, but I can give you a general idea of what it'll look like with some other pictures. I've some pictures of some stuff I made before. So what I have here is a regular end of a tine, elk tine, I believe this is. I can go back and look at my inventory list and see what it is. But what I can do is actually just basically drill down and put a razor in here, and you'll just have like a razor top, kind of like hold on, I already made one just like that, and let me see if I have it over. Whatever, I don't know where it is. I'll find it. But anyways, so, and then you have to tell me what you actually want when it comes to the stand. So I have two types of stands. I have the one that has a bullet top, and then I have one that has like a, just a standard. So you tell me. Oh, there it is. So I already made a razor like this that has, it's just the top. It doesn't have like the bottom metal bit. It's just the antler thing. So that's pretty cool. Or if you don't want a double-edged safety razor, they have these Mach 3s, and this one I already made. This one is made of antler. So as you can see, antler has a lot of different variations. It depends on where it's drilled, where it's turned, and everything. So you get a lot of white bits. You might get some gray bits. With ones like these, you might get some brown bits. I can cut this and turn this into something else, so you don't have to actually have this bottom bit. You could have a metal bit. I can do a lot of different things. So something like this is myrtle wood, so you'd have a metal bottom if you wanted, or you can have a antler bottom. And yeah, so these are the kind of things I can do. It's up to you what you want. I have, when it comes to the darker walnut, so this black walnut will turn, it'll be a darker brown with some white and light brown mixed through it. I have some, hold on a sec. I have some other, there's another piece of walnut in here that's a lighter walnut that actually has some bird's eye, I think, in there. And that is another piece of, I believe that's walnut. I'll have to look at my inventory list and see what I got. But so that's what we're looking at. So it depends on what you want. Darker, lighter. That's a piece of walnut burl right there. So all up to you. You let me know, And yeah, it depends. Probably run between anywhere from 65 to about $80, depending on what material and everything else. And I won't charge you shipping or anything. So I'll get it out to you. Once you tell me what it is, I can probably get it done in a day, probably this weekend, and get it shipped out to you starting next week, if that works for you. So yeah, man, let me know.